Hello my sweet friends and welcome to DIY with Nadia. If you're here for the first time, I'm Nadia, this is Louie, and we make beautiful wreaths here. I give you step-by-step tutorials, so if you like what you see, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell button. The fun part about this wreath is we are going to be using some interesting color combos. We're going to be using gray, yellow, and dark maroon Deco mesh. What do you guys think about that? And for those who are starting out, just so you know, this method was the first method that I have ever used when making wreaths, because all you do is roll Deco mesh. So you know what, without further ado, let's get started and make this beautiful fall Thanksgiving wreath. Let's go over the supplies for this wreath. I'm using 3 rolls of Deco mesh that are 10 inches by 10 yards, this beautiful yellow, a gray, and the gorgeous maroon. You don't have to include a ribbon in this type of wreath, but I'm going to include a yellow one because I feel like I need to brighten up the sign and the wreath itself. My wreath base is a 14-inch metal wreath form. Excuse me, Simba. Then this is the sign that I'm going to be using. I think it's beautiful. And then you are going to need 15 pipe cleaners for the Deco mesh. And if you are using a sign, however you're going to attach that, you're going to need supplies for that. I am going to somehow try to get this away from Simba, and we're going to get started. For our pipe cleaners, we're not going to need the full 12 inches. We can fold these in half, cut them, and then we're going to make a little V. This is just so you can grab it real quick and put it on your Deco mesh bundle. This beautiful ribbon that I'm using has wired edges. It's 2.5 inches in width and 10 yards in length. I'm going to need the whole 10 yards because we're going to be cutting it into 12-inch strips. So I'm just measuring and zigzagging it. And we're going to need 30 pieces. A 10-yard roll is going to be enough to give you 30 pieces at 12 inches. So that is exactly what I'm going to do. Off I go making my little zigzags, and then I will come back and we'll do dovetails. To cut a ribbon and make dovetails at the same time, I'm going to grab the 2 side edges, bring them together, and then I'm going to cut a little triangle, making sure to cut the edges. This way you're cutting the ribbon and making dovetails at the same time. To cut my Deco mesh, I find that it's the easiest just to layer it and cut it all together. So I have my gray, then my yellow, a kitten in between, I guess. Have something to hold the Deco mesh down. If you have a kitten, you might want to give it some snacks or something at this point. Excuse me, Simba. I have my phone, I told you. I don't need to wait. Yeah, we're just gonna use the phone. Thank you. You're so nice. Look at him helping you guys. Aw, thank you. All right, you guys, let me take care of Simba because this is not gonna work. I'm going to cut away any fraying on the edging. Make sure you're putting your weight after the 10 inches that we're going to be cutting so that everything stays together nicely. And I have a laundry basket on the side that I'm just going to be dropping these in. By the way, this is a Dollar Tree little rotary cutter. You guys just saw that this little guy just cut through 3 layers of Deco mesh like it was nothing. If you have one and use it, or you're gonna give it a try, definitely let me know in the comments below how you like it, because I'm telling you, something like this is not bad for $1.25. I wanted to add one more thing. I have been using this little one for about a year non-stop, and you guys know I make lots of wreaths and it's the same one. Look at this, just shoo, done. Everything is ready to make our curls. I have my pipe cleaners, ribbon is all cut up, the Deco mesh is all cut up. I have my wreath form and some kind of a clip, clothespin, anything you have on hand is just fine. Now let's talk about what we're doing here. The 14-inch wreath form is made out of 6 sections. In each section, we are going to put 5 bundles of curls. Each bundle is 3 curls. If you are using an 18-inch wreath form, that one has 2 more sections, so you will need 10 more bundles, 3 pieces per bundle. You will need 30 more pieces of Deco mesh, 10 by 10 inches. One little tip when attaching these, we're going to flip my wreath form upside down because we're going to attach it in the back. It's just easier to attach, and move on. We are going to be attaching to the 2 middle rows. Have my little pipe cleaner ready. I am ready to roll. I'm rolling my Deco mesh at about 1 inch diameter. And I'm just adding them like that. Our third color, I always keep it like this, like a little snowflake. It's easier to bring it together. Now our ribbon, I'm just going to put it smack in the middle. Pipe cleaner, bring it all together. Then I like to fold it in half, almost just like this, and make sure this back is nice and tight. Give it 2 twists, and look at this beautiful bundle. We have plenty of yellow, and then we have the other pops of colors coming through. And now I'm just going to continue repeating the process over and over until I've used up all 30 sets of the Deco mesh. If you are only using 2 colors, what I would do is make 2 different bundles. In bundle 1, I would put 2 curls of one color and then 1 of the other. And then in the second bundle, I would put 2 of the other and then 1 of the first color. And that's it. You just keep on doing that over and over. And at the end, it's going to mix well. You don't always have to put a ribbon. You can also use mesh tubing. Anything different, definitely give it a try. But a ribbon does make a nice addition, especially if it's a solid ribbon. It gives you a pop of color. You can definitely use different color ribbon. But the thing is, a ribbon is going to stick out. So you're not really going to see the design of the actual ribbon. You're just going to see the color of it. So the tips. That is why I'm only using yellow instead of using, for example, a sunflower ribbon that would really work with this wreath. All my ribbon bundles are done. You can do this 2 ways. Either make a ribbon bundle and attach, or like I did, I made all of them, and now all I'm going to do is attach, and attach. The 2 middle rows, twisting in the back. The pipe cleaner should not be that long, so I'm just going to fold it towards the inside, and you have a nice attachment. Next one. When making my bundles, I did not pay attention to which curl is going one on top of the other. I just curled and attached. It's still going to mix in with everything you have. So just start attaching and go for it. I have 5 bundles attached. Now let's look from the front. I'm going to take care of the ribbon later, but look at this. When we're going to put it all together, all the other ones are going to squeeze this up. Look how beautiful this is. Let's flip it over, and I'm going to continue attaching all my little curl bundles until the whole wreath is filled up. I'm about to put the last one in, just wiggling in and attaching it. As you can see, every section has 5 pieces or 5 bundles. How beautiful. Let's flip. I'm loving all that yellow. It makes the gray and the maroon kind of pop a little bit, which is what we want. Now let's make the sign and attach. I'm going to adjust the sign just a little bit. The jute cord is going straight through the wording, and I don't like that at all. So the nice thing about it is it looks like just little pieces of wood and the wording's on there. So I'm going to grab a box cutter knife and I'm going to cut this part off. I'm just going to score it a few times. And this time I'm just going to start, oh, there you go, breaking it apart. And you're going to have a rough edge, that's fine. Taking a sanding sponge, I'm going to just sand this rough edge down, and I'm going to do downward strokes so I don't mess with the sign. Now the sign is much neater. It's pretty much 10 by 10, and now I'm going to attach the pipe cleaners so we can attach it to the wreath. Folding my pipe cleaners in half, I'm going to make a little flat space in the center, just like this, and I'm going to attach it in 2 spots on top and 1 spot at the bottom. So a little bit of hot glue, my pipe cleaner, and then I'm going to put hot glue going sideways, and my little felt pieces are about 1 inch to 2 inches. Felt piece right over. My hot glue has dried. Let's fold in the pipe cleaners and flip. Oh, this is going to be pretty. One side of my pipe cleaner is going to go between rows 2 and 3. The other side is going to go between 1 and 2 on this crossbar. That way it's going to have a good attachment. I'm going to push some of these out. Just one twist because I need to make sure that it's sitting nicely. Before I do my last one, I feel like I need to push all of this out. I do want to make sure my sign is sitting inside my wreath so it becomes part of the wreath. Attach my last one. My sign is in a good spot, so I'm just securing the pipe cleaners. To cover the back, I'm grabbing a placemat. It doesn't matter which color. In this type of wreath, you are not going to be able to see it. And 3 zip ties. I'm going to attach them in a triangle form. 1 on top, 2 at the sides. The reason I do this is it still gives you really nice access to the actual wreath in case you need to fix something on the sign or whatever you need. Tighten that up, cut the excess tail, and move this part to the back so it doesn't scratch the walls. I'm attaching my 3rd zip tie. The 3 zip ties, it holds it in place nicely. You could still get in and check whatever you need to check. In my case, I'm going to put in a hanging loop. There's the top of my wreath. Taking a piece of jute cord, I'm going to wrap it around row 2 or 3 or both, whatever you want. Make a few knots. Go, that's a good height. Of course, cut off the excess and make sure your knot is on the inside. You also want to pull the hanging loop to the front of the wreath. That way we can put our wreath cover on and you have a hanging loop right there. It's not in the way, it's not going to bother our covering. Flipping over, and here is our beautiful wreath. Now all that's left is to make sure the ribbons are nicely peeking through here and there. And I do this last because when you're flipping your wreath back and forth, it kind of, it messes everything up. So that is why I leave to play with the ribbon at the last minute. That's my last thing that I do before I hang the wreath. Wow, was that wreath not massive? I love this method because it makes a big statement, and if you are new to making wreaths, this is the wreath that is going to motivate you to make more wreaths because it's big, it's beautiful, it's fluffy, and you can hang it proudly on your front door. So I hope you give this method a try if you haven't made one, and definitely say hello to me in the comments because I love to chat with you. If you are new to this channel and are not subscribed, please consider subscribing, hitting the bell button. And to all my friends, don't forget to hit the thumbs up if you like this video. With that being said, thank you so much for being with us, and we will see you in our next video. Bye-bye, my friends. Mwah! Do you want to say bye? Mwah! That's right. It's a sweetheart. Bye, guys.